You're tuned into Human by AI with Ashish Garg. Real, unscripted conversations about how humans and AI are shaping the future of community finance. Grab your favorite drink and let's dive in.
Another edition of Human by AI, and one of my favorite people, I call her my boss, is here.
True story.
True story. So let me please introduce you to my boss, also known as my supervisor, Barb Lowman. So Barb, can you please tell everybody a little bit more about you?
Oh, Ashish, thank you for having me. Barb Lowman, I am the president of CUNA Strategic Services, and we have been a proud alliance partner to Eltropy for a number of years now, really almost since the very beginning, and are just so excited for the work that we do with Ashish and the Eltropy team. So I'm thrilled to be here.
And for the audience, the stories that our credit union journey started in 2018. Mm-hmm. And CUNA Strategic Services, a special lady named Jenny Jackson, created an event called Venture Tech, also known as Shark Tank for credit unions.
That's right.
And that's where I came, I pitched, I think I won.
You won. There was no official winner
prize,
in year one, but you were the winner.
Yeah. And then 7 years later, here I am, and it's been quite a journey. And Barb, CUNA Strategic Services, and Jenny have been a big part of the journey.
We're proud to say that we are.
Thank you. So what started 7 years ago, Barb, has now morphed into this journey around AI. Mm-hmm. And my podcast, Human by AI, I want to explore sort of the human angle of AI. Okay. So let's start with you, Barb, as a person in your personal life.
Okay.
Do you use AI at all?
I've got the best example for you, Ashish, and you're gonna get a kick out of this. So, I was on my honeymoon in August, and I was in London, and my wife was an English lit major at Ball State in Indiana, and she is a Shakespeare nerd. So while we were on our honeymoon, we went to tour the Globe Theatre, Shakespeare's Globe Theatre in London. And because I scored some good points, I was able to get us tickets to see a play at Shakespeare's Globe Theatre in London, Shakespeare's 12th Night. Well, what I haven't told you yet is that I am not a Shakespeare buff. I did like the minimum I had to do in high school. Shakespeare's so far, like Ashish, it's just not my jam, right? So we go to 12th Night at the Shakespeare Globe Theatre in London, and we're sitting there, and I have no clue what's going on.
What's going
on,
yeah.
I have no clue.
Yeah.
And she's sitting there on the edge of her seat. She's just enjoying every minute of it, soaking it in, and she turns and she looks at me and she goes, "You don't look like you're enjoying this." And I said, "Well, I don't know what the heck's going on. I can't understand I can't understand them, and I don't know." And she's like, "I'll tell you at the intermission." And I'm like, by then, I'm like, whoa. I pull out my phone. I launched ChatGPT. My little friend, my daughter calls it her friend. I launched my friend ChatGPT and I say, "Give me an act-by-act description of what happens in Shakespeare's 12th Night."
Wow.
And all of a sudden, boom, like I figured, like I'm like, oh, that's what he was saying. Yeah. That's what was going on. So all of a sudden then I realized what the play was about. I'm like jumped back in and following it, and now all of a sudden I enjoyed it. So I would say in that case, AI saved me from a terribly boring evening where I would have no clue what I was watching. So yes.
That's definitely the most unique. The most
unique
example. And Barb, if I may add my Shakespeare story. So I went to a British school in India. Mm-hmm. In English literature, in 9th grade, we studied a Shakespearean classic called Julius Caesar. Mm-hmm. In 11th and 12th grade, we studied 12th Night.
So you would have loved it. You would have loved my play.
And my lady, I memorized a lot of 12th Night.
Oh,
so the opening,
Ashish, you would have been in heaven.
The opening line of 12th Night is, "If music be the food of love, play on." I still remember that.
Awesome. Well, you should go see it at the Globe Theatre in London. It was a fabulous production, by the way. So it was awesome.
Great. So AI, applying AI for Shakespeare plays.
There you go.
Yeah. and but probably it's a rhetorical question, but personally, you feel you're an AI believer or AI skeptic?
I'm an AI believer. I believe, and I'm not one of those people, Ashish, who believes that AI is going to replace humans. I don't think well, there may be use cases where we can optimize, but I still think the human interaction is required. I think it's a balance, and I think AI is only going to make us better.
Yeah, and that's, to me, is the real reason I started this podcast, because everybody's talking about what AI will solve. There's not enough conversations happening, but on what will humans solve. And it seems like to me you're taking a very strong stance.
I am.
So what is it that AI cannot solve that humans will continue to need solving?
I'm not sure that AI can't solve it or that humans won't want to lean in and allow AI to solve it. I think humans are going to want to, at least in my lifetime, maybe after my lifetime, no, but I think most humans are not going to be prepared to give up that level of control. So I'll compare it to automated loan decisioning in our industry. There are so many financial institutions that have the capability to fully decision a loan and potentially even disperse it, right, digitally. And a lot of credit unions just won't take that leap because they want to verify, they want to see the documents, they want to touch and feel them before they actually let the check go out the door. So I think there's just this hesitancy among humans to say, yes, I'm just going to relinquish control and let go.
And why the hesitancy? Like, what can go wrong? Let's say you give up. Like, why the hesitancy?
Fear.
Of?
Failure. In that case, writing bad loans.
Yes.
In the case of AI, maybe just failure of the end of the human race.
Yes. Yes.
Right? People tell all kinds of crazy stories about what AI is going to do and what crazy apocalyptic tales they tell. So who knows?
Yeah.
I can tell you there are people in my own family who ask me questions all the time. Aren't you afraid of this? Like, aren't you afraid that at some point the machines are going to take over? I'm like, you've seen too many movies. Like, no, I'm not.
And this is sort of this tremendous excitement amongst people. Now let's talk about our industry, our financial services, community banking, etc. There's excitement, but there's also a lot of fear.
Yes, there
And
is.
Barb, if one thing I know about you, fear and you don't get along well. You're the opposite of fear. So if there are people out there who are fearful, right? AI is coming after me. AI is going to automate my job, etc., etc. What's your message to them?
Educate yourself and learn, because I think with information and data, we have the opportunity to open our minds and comprehend maybe what we, as a closed-minded person who's only looking through one angle or looking past one, through one lens, there may be other opportunities to consider with the application of AI. I think that fear can be paralyzing to some people, and if they would just take the time to study, to learn, to read, to educate yourself on what the most common, and start with a simple use case. You don't have to go all in. I've worked with a lot of boards this year in strategic planning, and one of the hottest topics has been AI, and it's just been around education, Ashish. I mean, with credit unions, a lot of credit unions have boards who are maybe not in the technology field, right? They're working for whatever SEG or whatever the primary field of membership is for the credit union. So they have limited exposure to AI. And a lot of what we've done is just early education around what are AI concepts? What is AI? What are some of the use cases? What are some of the opportunities? And it's just around creating alignment with the board that, hey, we should look into this. This doesn't mean we're going to jump into the deep end and do something crazy and frivolous, but hey, this is something that's not going away. And we should consider how can we leverage AI to either grow our credit union or drive efficiencies.
And where does this education come from? Like, I'm sure you're working with boards and executive teams, but how do they educate? Like, do I download ChatGPT? Like, do I start in Google? Like, where do I educate myself?
All of the above. So I think there's a lot of opportunities across the industry. I know you've been to a lot of conferences this year, as I have. Have you been to a single conference where AI wasn't a topic on the agenda? Like, there's constant education within the industry on AI. In the trades, there are articles. Something as simple as if they don't have the budget to travel, they can read about it in the trades. There are books out there that I think are good starting points. I think there are consultants out there who are leading sessions, and not just at industry events, but I think there's so much opportunity. There are credit unions that are bringing consultants in to do presentations for their boards to educate and talk about it, and just really adopting a phased approach so that they're not. The biggest mistake I see credit unions make when it comes to AI is falling victim to FOMO, the fear of missing out, and just saying we need to do something with AI. Let's just jump in. It's a solution in search of a problem, right? Instead of starting with, this is a great use case, this is a great place for us to start, this is a challenge that we face, and let's see how we can creatively solve it through maybe an AI-based solution or a solution that uses AI in the background. And let's see how we can kind of dip our toe into the water and not just jump into the deep end and see, and then test it. Do a post-mortem, check in and see what worked, what didn't work. Governance is another area that I've spoken to credit unions. If you're going to get into the AI arena, you need to be prepared to have a good, strong program of governance within your credit union so that you're making sure that your data is safe and that you're protecting your member information. So I think education is absolutely first and foremost. The board needs to understand the commitment, and the board needs to create a plan and a process and work with leadership to do that, not to just jump in. So I want to clear that up. The leadership team has to create the plan, not the board. The board is responsible for governance, so the board needs to make sure they're tackling it the right way, and that they're not just picking off, hey, I think I'll try this, or I think I'll try this, or I think I'll try this. What's the actual strategy behind leveraging AI at the financial institution?
And on those use cases, Barb, you spoke about, are there any trends emerging? Are there sort of low-hanging fruit you're seeing? Like, where could this be applied?
Ashish, a lot of what I'm seeing is automation in the back office. A ton of what I'm seeing is how can we take the mundane tasks that people are performing that are taking them away from high-value engagement with members. So if there's something that takes a lot of time, that's high cost to the credit union, low value, that they're doing, that they can replace with intelligence and have that person focused on deeper member engagement or more high value engagement in transactions. That's where people are. That's where I'm telling people that's where they should look to start, because that's an opportunity not just to drive savings and to drive efficiencies within the credit union, but to improve member satisfaction at the same time. So that's a high value opportunity there. I think also self-service. You and I have spent some time talking about how we can bring more complex self-service to members so that they don't have to. After hours is a good example. If I want to, I'll use an example. If I want to skip a pay on my loan and I want to do that after hours, right now I don't have the capability to do that. I can call the voice response, the IVR, or I can connect to a chat bot, or I can look online, and basically if I ask the question, can I skip a payment on my loan, I'm having trouble making my payment, the answer is call a credit union and talk to someone. I believe there's a huge opportunity for us as a system to solve for that, so that more members can self-serve, and again, credit unions can meet them where they want, how they want, and engage with them on their own timetable, not the credit unions. Make sense?
Absolutely. So what I'm hearing is automate the mundane, repetitive tasks, and also make things more self-serve.
Yes.
Let's say we do all of this, then where is the human touch? Like, where do humans add value?
Oh my gosh, then humans are out there engaging with members in the community, doing business development, growing the credit union. They're cross-selling to members. There's so much opportunity to redeploy those resources and drive even greater value for the members that it's exponential.
So why can't AI do cross-selling in the communities?
I think it can, and I think we will see it do that more and more. But I think right now in the branches, I think there's opportunity to leverage AI to aid the people that are talking to people while they still want to come into the branch, and then take those models and deploy them omni-channel, so that if a credit union wants to focus on self-serve cross-sell, sure, you can do that as well. The same logic behind the scenes, so you're getting a consistent. The next best product should not differ based on the channel. So leveraging some of that technology, I think we could solve for that. and create alignment. And then me as a member, whether I walk into the branch and am greeted by a human being, or whether I'm connecting to digital banking, or whether I'll even say the call center. I mean, whatever that channel is, if I'm going to an ATM, the next best product for me should be the next best product, regardless of what my touch point is with the credit union. And I think AI can really help us with that because we have disparate cross-sell systems right now that we don't have a lot of consistency across channels.
Okay. I love this, Barb.
Oh,
Look forward to having you
absolutely,
again.
friend.
This is a very rapidly evolving space.
It is.
So as things evolve, look forward to having you back again and again.
Thank you for your partnership. Thank you for your friendship. You're amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you.